welcome to Up Close and Personal. Thank you so much for choosing to watch the program, because your support is what we need to make our program great. Season 3 was off the hook, and I must say I really enjoyed that roundup of the season. Congratulations to our People's Choice guests. But enough about Season 3, because we are moving forward. I'm really excited about this season because it's the mature look season, and we're giving it to our over 40 socialites who've made a positive impact in our society. I think this is going to draw a lot of attention, because they say the older you get, the wiser you become. So their stories are more than worth listening to. So who is our first lucky guest for this season? It's none other than Lucky Mlilo, who is the Chief Executive Officer of ABUZ. Stay with us. I am now in Mr. Lucky Mlilo's office, and like I said earlier on, he is the Chief Executive Officer of ABUZ. I must say I feel honored to be rubbing shoulders with these type of people. Welcome to the program, Mr. Mlilo.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It's really an honor having you on the show.
I'm also honored.
When people become successful, there's certain things that they would have gone through, and people find it hard to believe some of the experiences that they would have gone through. Would you like to share some of those experiences with us?
Okay, thank you so much. Although I wouldn't personally regard myself as being a successful person, but when you move about, people tell you've been successful in this area. I would say yes, I have been successful as a leader, and I sit on quite a number of association and boards, and that points out that I am in a way successful.
Growing up, people always have a perception of how their lives will turn out to be. So is your life going in exactly the same direction that you imagined it?
Okay, when you grow up as youngsters, you think of being a doctor, a pilot, an engineer, and very few people would think of being a leader in whatever aspect, whether political, social, economical. It never dawned to me that I might be a leader one day, until when I was in my lower 6, upper 6, when I was now appointed as a head boy, a junior counsel, and somehow those attributes of being a leader started coming out. But when I was in grade 1, 2, it was always being a doctor, pilot. Those were things that one would think of. I
just read your current profile, and I must say it's really excellent, and you're involved in so many boards, and I'm just wondering, how did you get to be involved in all those boards?
To be frank, I would say all these positions, it was through persuasion, where people would identify me and feel I've got the leadership qualities. I would confess that I've never really gone out to look for positions.
You seem to be a man with a lot of achievements. So what do you consider your greatest achievement in your career?
Greatest achievement, actually, quite a number. And each year I seem to be achieving something that really makes me feel proud. I'll give you an example. In 2012, one of the greatest achievements was that I was appointed chairman of the Zimbabwe Squash Association. And you can imagine the headquarters is in Harare, but people felt I was doing quite a lot for squash, and I was invited to be the chairman. Eventually I was elected. And the same year I was also elected to be the vice president of Squash Federation Africa, responsible for the southern region, which is more of SADC countries. That's a position I currently hold. And then this year, the biggest achievement was actually being ordained with a doctorate in business leadership. That
Wow.
was in March.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
What did you have to overcome to be where you are now? Because I know that there are probably some challenges that you faced. So please share them with us.
Challenges in life, things are not all that smooth sailing. You find that even when you're appointed in certain positions, you will get people who are not happy about this and that. And basically, I've had to overcome such sentiments, and where people will try and pull you down. But eventually, through hard work, you find that in the end, the same people who try and pull you down will be smiling with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just natural, it happens.
You're still watching Up Close and Personal with Nyasham Tamangira, and I'm hanging out with Mr. Mlilo, who is the Chief Executive Officer of ABUZ. He's a man with a lot of achievements, although he refuses to call himself successful. But I'd like to believe that he is a very successful man, and it's an honor to have him on the show. Join us right after the break. Don't move an inch. Welcome back. You're still watching Up Close and Personal. And if you're just joining us, you've just missed out. But don't worry, the show continues. I'm hanging out with Mlilo, and I'm now in the boardroom at ABUZ. And if I continue like this, I'm sure I'll be sitting in one of those boards sometime soon.
It's possible.
Yes. So how are you finding the show so far?
Oh, this one, it is quite good. Yeah,
Right.
it is a very good show.
Okay, great. You seem to be a man who has a lot to do, and you only have 24 hours like everybody else. So, what's a typical day like for you?
Okay, actually, I believe I've got a principle that I always follow. I always say I'd rather be 1 hour early than 1 minute late.
What do you usually do at home when you consider yourself to be relaxing, or you have no time for that?
Actually, I normally relax by playing my favorite sport, which is squash. And the other form of relaxation is watching TV and watching your favorite programs, which is in most cases, obviously, it's, besides squash, I'm a fanatic of soccer, and especially when my team Liverpool is playing and not losing, I find it relaxing.
On that note, you once mentioned that you're a very private person, and from what I see, maybe I can agree. So please describe your personality.
Personality, growing up, I was one of those shy people, and I still believe my private life is my own, and this is why I keep to myself. I'm more of a reserved person, and I don't even like involving myself in other people's personal issues.
If you're just joining us, you've missed out a lot because I've been talking to Mlilo, and he had a lot to say which could have encouraged you. But don't worry, you still have the next segment, so stay right there. See you right after the break for more. We are back to Mlilo, the man of the moment, and I must say it was a good game there.
Thank you, thank
Not
you.
that I know anything.
Thank you.
Okay, I understand that you've done a lot for Zim Squash. Please give us more details about what you've done.
Okay, I've done quite a lot for Zim Squash. I started playing squash in 2004, which makes it 10 years today. I started here at Queen's Sports Club, and actually the interest arose from the fact that I was playing social soccer. I decided to stop playing social soccer and came to Queen's as a member. But when I watched guys playing squash, I developed the interest. And from there, I joined the squash. I played in 4th league initially. Then we went to 3rd league, 2nd league, and here I am today. We're playing 1st league. Yes.
I think after this part of the interview, I'll be having a headache. No problem, because I have to try to look at you and you're like, oh. Anyway, I'm sure you've traveled a lot because of squash. So where are some of the places that you've been?
Okay, basically the main reason why I've traveled a lot is that besides playing squash, I've now got into refereeing. And this was by accident. In 2007, I went and played in the Malawi Open. And after playing, I was assigned to referee a few games. And after refereeing, I had good compliments from players that that was good refereeing. And then I got the interest. In 2009, I went to Namibia as a player again in the Namibian Open. I also refereed a few games, and then I got into international refereeing. I refereed at the World Masters in Birmingham. That was 2012. And I also went to Germany, Paderborn. I refereed at the Men's World Championship.
Wow.
Last year I was in France, where I also refereed at the Men's World Championship. And I've also refereed at All Africa Games. Last year I was in Namibia twice for the All Africa Juniors and the Seniors. This year, just last month, I was actually the championship referee at the World Juniors Championships in Namibia. So I've traveled quite extensively, countries like Jordan, India, Germany, France, Holland. Yeah, those are some of the countries I've visited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You've been to many places. Leave some for me. Otherwise, next time I'll sneak into your suitcase. Okay, we're about to round off the program. I don't know, have you enjoyed the interview?
Yes, I've really enjoyed the interview.
Okay.
And we wish we can have more of such interviews.
Okay.
I know I'm not the only person that
Yes,
has achieved quite a lot, but there are quite a number of other people in different fields that have achieved quite a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
All along we had been interviewing younger people, and now we've gone for the older generation so that they can actually give our younger people some kind of direction.
Yes.
So I don't know, would you like to give some words of advice? Because people have been watching you, they've been listening to your story, and they're thinking, okay, how can I do that? How can I achieve what I want to do? Not necessarily what you've done, but obviously someone has a goal out there. So how can you actually encourage them?
Okay, basically what I would say is in life have two attributes. The first one, have the passion for what you want to do. Whether it's work, you cannot just become an engineer just because there's money. You've got to like the field. And it's the same with even squash. You have the passion to like the sport. And then the second issue I believe is discipline. You've got to be disciplined. Once you combine the two, then I think it will take you to greater heights.
Okay.
Yeah, and what is lacking in most young people is there is lack of discipline. And there's also lack of passion, where you find somebody going for nursing without the passion, but they are just going there because there's no alternative.
Yeah.
And they're also looking at issues of money. If I get into nursing, maybe I'll end up in the UK. But then you can see the motive is not right. You've got to have the passion.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Great.
Yeah, it has been.
And rolling.
You have been watching the program Up Close and Personal, Season 4, the very first episode, and it's the Mature Look season. If you're just joining us, you missed out a lot, but don't worry, you can catch us same time, same place next week. Season 4 is all about our over 40 socialites, and we've spent an entire 30 minutes talking to Mlilo, who is the CEO of ABZ. And of course, he plays squash, and I guess I'll be trying my hand at squash as well. Just joking. Always a pleasure hanging out with you. You can go to our Facebook page, Up Close and Personal on ZBC TV, and find out more about the Mature Look season. You can also follow me on Twitter at Diva. And remember, no matter how long the night is, dawn will always break. So even if you've been in a tough situation for a long time, a better day will always come.